age here, where I think this is all headed, I think it's important to note that a lot of this is hinged on China and Russia and the big deals that they have been putting together here on the world stage. And they are deals that the United States can do nothing about. Any other time someone wanted to go against the petrodollar, they would wage war against them, even eliminate them in the streets like they did Gaddafi. But they can't do this with Russia and China. They can try the proxies and all this other stuff that they've done thus far, but in terms of a shift globally, what it looks like here is that they're planning for a shift away from American power and dominance. And I truly believe that the easiest way for something like this to come about is to flip the switch and turn the lights out. However they may go about doing that, I think it's the easiest way of achieving getting what they want. I mean, with a move like that, even a CME from the sun could wipe out power, and it would take out the markets. The lights go out, the markets go down. And it would put us in a situation where we would be crippled severely. It is this position that I think basically brings America to its knees. And throughout history, there have been empires rise and fall. And the people living inside of those empires didn't want to believe it was over, even after it was over. They give a good example here about the British Empire in this article. But the point is that the United States has been a power for a long time. All the signs are there that it is declining. This seems to be happening because they want it this way. And it seems like there is a shift in the offing that's going to go to the east for a short period of time. It won't be forever. It will be long enough to hold things in place till things settle down, I believe, over here. And they can install a global faction block by block. And this is where I believe the talk of the North American Union can come into play. Now, let's just say, for instance, an EMP type of event would shut the lights off in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Now, if it was done right, they could hit both of these and leave a large area of Mexico open. And with Russia and China being allied here, and as you can see, this alliance, they could be right up here in the belly, ready to come right on in. Now, if this was a global plan because of your weapons and your freedoms, and there was no other way for them to get them from you, this would be among the best options, in my opinion, for taking down everything. And with troops abroad, we would have no one here. It reminds me of the movie Armageddon. You better hope your National Guard wakes up and gets hip to it and sees what's happening. And hope that throughout all these years, all these videos, people seen the bigger picture. They've seen what was happening. But what happens when the United States does fall? It's not a question of if, but when. Some people say, oh, it'll last forever. It will not. Nothing lasts forever. There's going to be a shift, and it seems here on this world stage, they're preparing for it. The question is are you out there preparing for it? Or are you going to turn a cheek and say, oh, it could never happen to us? Now that's dangerous. Now, I'm going to talk about this in greater detail this Friday night, Underground World News Live, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dabu 77. We're going to talk about this world stage. We're going to talk about the realities of what is to come and how we can survive it. Okay? Gloves off from here on out. It's 2018. This is the year of great change. And with big events on the horizon, people need to prepare and be sure that you're ready from here on out. Because here, through the 2020s, it's going to be a wild one. And I don't say that for any other reason than to get you to realize you need to prepare for a crisis situation, especially those that do not have a plan. We're talking survival, getting through tough times. You're going to need your people around you. We're going to talk about that and what it's going to take to make it out of a situation like this. We're going to talk about the realities of it. And why don't we just play it out like it's a real scenario, act like it's a movie, whatever. Let's beta test this. Let's run through the scenario and let's talk about, all right, where we're at and what kind of problems we're facing and going to run into. That way we can try to fix them now before anything big does happen. Okay? The fall of the dollar is already happening. The death of it is already begun. There's going to be a shift, and I don't believe, like I said, it's going to be to these countries forever. I believe it will go to the east just long enough to clean up messes over here, install these things in the blocks, and then it goes to a one world governed system on their beast blockchain that I've warned you about time and time again. Where they're going to track everything and every asset, including the people, on it. Unless you rise up to stop it. And the biggest threat to countering that is us, our weapons, and our freedoms. So when you see this here on the world stage, this is what's coming in the offing, in my opinion. It's planned, just like the Great Depression was. They did it on Jekyll Island. It's true. Just like running both sides of every major war throughout history has happened. It's true. All the staged events, they're true. And the next one will be just the same. To blame a puppet enemy when the lights go out. Don't you forget it. Make sure to join us for an in-depth talk about this Friday night. Big change in the offing. And that's real.